Hi, my name is Gerard Lykon, Lykon Automotive. We have a 540-inch Big Block Chevy here. We're going to be degreeing the cam in. Now this engine's for a boat, so we definitely want to make sure both engines are degreed in exactly the same, the cams, this way they run exactly the same when you're running down the river. So step one, you got to make sure the motor's on TDC. Now a lot of times you could turn this engine over, and when you get the piston all the way up to the top, you say, oh yeah, that's TDC, you call that TDC. Well, it's not true TDC, because you're going to get a little overlap. Once you go up with the piston, it's going to rock a little bit, and you can lose 5 degrees that way and not even know it when you degree the cam in. So I made a simple tool. Basically what I'm going to do is, I got a piece of flat metal, drill 2 holes in it, put a nut and bolt through it. Basically what this is going to do is when the piston comes all the way up, it's going to hit it. So I'm going to bolt this on here. Now I'm going to crank the motor over clockwise until the piston comes all the way up and hits it. Now I don't want to hit it hard because I don't want to damage anything. Just enough to hit it. Just like that. You're going to take a read in here. Now this read is going to read 30, 36, just over 36 right here. Now I'm going to turn around and turn it back the other way. And you want that number to be equal on both sides. So now we went the other way, just over 36 on this side also. I pre-adjusted this. I had to play with it 3 or 4 different times. Basically, I got 36 on this side, 36 on that side. That means it's equal. The piston goes all the way up, stops. Not a TDC, below TDC. It stops. Turn the motor completely around the other way, comes all the way back up on the other side, and stops. So once you got that number equal on both sides, you know you're dead on TDC. So we're going to take that plate off now. And my indicator here, my high dollar indicator I made right here is a coat hanger. All you need is, it has to be a pointer, and that's all it is. So now, we're going to degree the cam in. What we want to do is on the intake lobe of the cam, you got to use a solid lifter. If you use a hydraulic, you can lose some adjustment. So we're using a solid roller lifter here. You want to get the very highest part of the lift of the cam. You want to get the cam all the way at the peak. You want to set your dial indicator on 0. You want to spin it back like 80 thousandths to come back up to 50. You want to write that number down. Then you want to continue it, go back up to 0, continue cranking, and it's going to go back down past 50 to 80 again and bring it back up to 50. Write that number down. Basically, you have a lobe. You're going on each side of the lobe is what you're measuring. So once you write those 2 numbers down, divide it by 2, that'll be your center line. We're ideally looking for 110 on our center line. We already pre-adjusted this. We got it pretty close. So let's turn it and I'll show you what we got. Over here on the dial indicator, I'm going to bring it up to maximum lift. And maximum lift should be right at 0. See it? You're right there. Now you're going to back it up past 50 thousandths, which is right down here. You're going to go past 50, and you're going to come right up to 50, which is a little bit hard, but you get the hang of it. Right there. Look at this number right here. This number is 65, 66 and a half. So you remember 66 and a half? I can't, so I'm going to write it down. 66.5. Now you're going to turn it clockwise still. Then you're going to go up to 0, and it's going to fall off. It's going to go back down. There's your 50 right there coming up. We're going to go past it. I'm sorry, I was wrong there. We're going the right way, so there's no slack. So you're going to bring it right up to 50. Okay. That number is 155. So that's 155. So we're going to write 155 down. Being I'm really good with numbers, I am going to add them up. 66.5 plus 155 equals 221.5. So you got 221.5 divided by 2 equals. So 110.75. Ideally, I want to be at 110, so I got 3/4 I got to get out of there. Now the way you're going to do that is over here, you loosen up your 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and there's a cam centric here that you turn that'll adjust it. Let me show you over here. This is a Cloyes true roller, and it's adjustable. And what they do is they oblong these holes and make this hole a little bigger. And if you really look here, you see all these little dots? As you turn this centric, it's offset. And as you turn it, it'll rock this gear. And this goes through the back this way. So as you turn this gear with a 1/4-inch Allen head, this will turn the gear back and forth. It'll advance the timing or it'll retard the timing. Also, if you're really far off, you have a gear here, a crank gear. You can also turn this crank gear different ways, and that'll also give you some advancement and retarding out of it. But if you put up this one here, we put it up on standard settings, and we're able to get it in at 110.75, which we got to adjust a little bit more out of it. Now tomorrow, I have a cam button. Then I'm going to take this cam button, and what you do with this cam button, if I can open it, this is going to go behind my cam gear. It'll go into my cam gear like this, and it's going to ride against the timing cover. And what that's going to do is I can adjust the walk in and out of my cam, the cam walk. So once I adjust that, I'll redegrade in and I'll have it exactly at 110. So that's basically how you degrade in. Thank you very much. Gerard Lykon, tip of the day.